Today, I will show you how to prepare the freezing point of water experiment in Lesson 5 of the Chemistry Science unit from The Good and the Beautiful. Then, I will show you the results from a previously performed experiment. To get started, we will need these 4 cups of warm water, salt, a 1 teaspoon measuring spoon, a thermometer, and a spoon. Before we begin, turn to your student journal page in Lesson 5 and record your hypotheses on the freezing point of water experiment page. Pause the video now. To start, I have already labeled these 4 cups with how much salt we will be using. Each cup has 1 measured cup of warm water, all roughly the same temperature. In this first cup, labeled plain water, we will not add any salt. In this next cup, I will add 1 teaspoon of salt. In this cup, I will add 2 teaspoons of salt. In the last cup, I will add 3 teaspoons of salt. Now, I'll stir each cup until the salt is completely dissolved, beginning with the least salty cup to the most salty. Next, I'm going to measure the temperature in each cup. In your student journal, follow along and record each of the temperatures in the data recording section. You can mark the start time as 2 o'clock and all our measurements will be in degrees Fahrenheit. All right, our cup with just water is 114 degrees. The cup with 1 teaspoon of salt is 112 degrees. The cup with 2 teaspoons of salt is 114 degrees. And the cup with 3 teaspoons of salt is at 111 degrees. All right, did you write all those temperatures down? If not, here they are on the screen. Record them in your student journal. All right. The next part of this experiment is to place the 4 cups in the freezer and then recheck their temperatures every 30 minutes for 2.5 hours. Let's go over the results of this experiment, which was performed previously. Record them in your journal as I post them up on the screen. At 2:30 p.m., I checked the 4 cups and the temperatures were 64 degrees, 62 degrees, 64 degrees, and 64 degrees. All of the cups were at a similar temperature and they were all still liquid. At 3 p.m., I measured the temperature of all 4 cups again and they were 44 degrees, 40 degrees, 41 degrees, and 44 degrees. All 4 cups were still completely liquid. At 3:30, I checked the cups again and the temperature in the cup with just water was 35 degrees and there were some ice crystals forming in the water. The cups with salt were all still liquid and measured 31 degrees, 32 degrees, and 34 degrees. So, even though all the cups with salt were colder than the plain water was the only one with ice. Isn't that interesting? By 4, the temperatures were 31 degrees, 28 degrees, 22 degrees, and 24 degrees. The plain water had a layer of ice across the top, but with some liquid still in the cup. The cup with 1 teaspoon of salt was also starting to form a layer of ice across the top. The cup with 2 teaspoons of salt had a few small pieces of ice developing, and the cup with 3 teaspoons was still completely liquid. I checked them one last time at 4:30 p.m. and the final temperature for the plain water was 31 degrees and the cup was mostly ice by this point. The cup with 1 teaspoon of salt was down to 26 degrees and had a thick layer of ice across the top. The cup with 2 teaspoons of salt was down to 21 degrees and was slushy with lots of ice. And our last cup with the most salt was all the way down to 19 degrees and was just barely beginning to show some ice crystals. Our results show us that salt water freezes at a lower temperature than fresh water, and the more salt in the water, the lower the freezing temperature. Was your hypothesis correct? Now that you have all your data written down, you can go ahead and answer the questions in the results section. Oh, and if you want to take it one step further, try this experiment again with sugar. Salt and sugar break down differently in water. Do you think the freezing point of water would be affected? When you're done, compare and contrast your findings.